Okay, today we'll continue our previous class. Okay, in our previous classes we started the graph part of data structures. Okay, and we have seen how to what is mean by the graph and what are the edges and what are the vertices and the types of the graphs in the previous class. Okay, now we'll see graph properties. Okay, graph properties is it starts with the finding of a number of edges in the graph and finding the degree of the vertices and finding the path between the two vertices. Okay, these all are called as the graph properties. Okay, the first property of the graph is number of edges. Okay, okay, here the number of edges of the graph we can find with the help of a formula is n into n minus 1. Okay, if the graph has the 5 vertices, then 5 into 5 minus 1, 5 into 4 is the 20. So there are the 20 edges. The maximum possible edges is the 20. Okay. So since each edge has the two vertices, the edges drawn between the two edges. The edges may be, two vertices. The vertices are U and V. Okay. Is the same edge which we have V to U also. Okay. Say if we have the edge from the U to V at the same time, V to U also has the edge. Okay, this is in the case of undirected graphs. Okay, but in the directed graphs, if we have the U to V edge and there may be the possibility of having a V to U edge or may not be there. Okay. Okay, then the number of edges in the undirected graph is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, because the same edges appears for two times, that is 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. Okay, two times we'll get the edges. Okay, each and say for example the graph has the 5 edges. Okay, within that the only 3 edges are the unique, remaining are the repeated. Okay, so we can find out the number of edges in the undirected graphs as n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so here in the example graph we have the edges are a to I is the one edge. Okay, is our first edge. A to B another edge, and A to F is another edge, and B to C is another edge. Okay, and B to E is the another edge. Okay, and E to C is the another edge, and F to G is the another edge. Okay, and E to G is the another edge, and G to D is the one edge. Okay, and C to D is the one more edge, and D to H is the another edge. So whenever we count these all edges, we got the 11 edges. Whenever we apply the formula n into n minus 1, okay, n is the A, B, C, D, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 vertices. Okay, we have total 9 vertices. So 9 into 9 minus 1. Okay, whenever you first use the first formula, then 9 into 8. Okay, 9 into 8 is the 72. Okay, so actually we don't have this number of that many number of edges. Okay, so we'll divide that. Okay, so we'll divide that by the 2. Okay, then we will get the actual number of edges. Okay, so that the total edges are 11 edges. Okay, next, number of edges in the directed graph. Okay, directed graph has the edges. The possible pairs of pairs in an n vertex graph is the number of possible pairs is the n into n minus 1. This is the maximum number of possible pairs. Okay, it's not exactly to have, it's a maximum number. Okay, by having a 5 vertices, you can get the 5 into 4 20 possible pairs of edges. 20 possible edges we can draw in that graph. Okay, but less than that we may get any number of edges less than that. Okay. And in the directed graph, okay, it's not same that the u to v edge and v to u. Okay, the number of edges is a in a directed graph is n into n minus 1. Then we can number of edges are less than or equals to the n into n minus 1. Okay, maybe equals or maybe less than the n into n minus 1. Okay, So here we have A to B is the one edge, but there is no edge from the B to A. Okay, there is a one edge, and second edge is the B to C, and A to D is the another edge, and D to E, okay, and B to E, and there is another edge is from E to C, okay, and E to F is the another edge, and G to D is the another edge. There is only 8 edges. Okay, in the undirected graph, actually we got the here the 11 edges, but 11 into 2, that is 22 edges is there. Okay, but we will be use only half of the edges within that. So only 11 edges are there in this. Okay, here we have 8 edges. Okay, next, degree of vertex. Okay, the number of edges which are coming out of from the vertex and number of edges which are reaching to the vertex is called as the degree of vertex. But is in the undirected graph, the edges reaching and going out is will be counted as same. Okay, because there is no direction in that. Okay, there is only one degree of a vertex. Okay, there is no in degree and out degrees. Okay, but in the directed graphs we have in degree of the vertex and out degree of the vertex, because the number of edges which are coming into the vertex is the in degree, and number of edges which are moving out from the vertex is the out degree. Okay, so in this graph, okay, one has 2 is the in degree, okay, and there is no edge which is reaching to the this vertex, so 0 is the out degree. Okay, so here it has 2 is the in degree and 0 is the out degree. Okay, and 2 has 1 is the out degree and 1 is the in degree. Okay, 1 out degree and 1 in degree. And 4 also has 1 out and 1 in. And 6 also has 1 out and 1 in. And 7 has 2 in and 0 out. Okay, and 5 has 1 in and 1 out. Okay, if you are representing first one as the in degree, then like this. Okay, this one will modify. Okay, 0 is the in degree. Okay, 0 is the in degree and 2 is the out degree for this. So for all the vertices will represent 0 first in degree and out degree then. And for 3 there is only in degree, that is 1 is the in degree, 0 is the out degree for the 3. And for the 8, 2 is the out degree, 0 is the in degree, and 2 is the out degree. And for 9, 1 is the in degree, 0 is the out degree. And for 11, 1 in and 1 out. For 10 vertex, there is a 1 is the in degree, 0 out degree. So these are the degree for the each and every vertices in the directed graph. Okay. Next, graph representation. So representing of a graph is a whenever we want to store the graphs in the our programs, then we need to have the representation of the graphs. Okay, then only we can store these graphs into our programs. Okay, so for that our programming languages are using a two types of a graphs representations. Okay, one is the adjacency matrix representation and another one is the adjacency list representation. Okay, the first one is the adjacency matrix, the second one is the adjacency list. Okay, that is one is in the matrix form. Okay, for that we can use the arrays, and second one is the list representation. For this we can use the linked list. Okay, we'll see one by one these representations. First one, adjacency matrix representation. This is in the form of a square matrix. Okay, so the square matrix has the n vertices as the n rows, and as the same way n vertices as the n columns. Okay, so if you have the 5 vertices, then you can write a matrix with the 5 by 5 size. Okay, and whenever you are creating a matrix, okay, if any vertex has the edge to the another vertex, okay, then in that place we will write the either 0 or 1, or we can also represent as the true or false. Okay, here we can write the true as the 1 and 0 for the false. That is, if any two vertices has the edge, then we'll write the 1, otherwise 0. Okay. So for the undirected graphs, we have one first vertex to second vertex if there is a edge. Then second vertex to first vertex is also we have the edge. So in that two places, we'll write the 1. Okay, in the directed graphs, we write only one value. Okay, that is, if 1 to 2 has the edge, then we'll write the 1 at the 1 to 2. Okay, but not at the 2 to 1. Okay. Okay, this is the representation of the graph in a adjacency matrix. Okay, here we are using the false and true values for representing of the edges between the vertices. Okay, if this is a directed graph, okay, here we have vertices are 5 vertices are there 0 to 4. Okay, now we are representing those numbers as the columns 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and also as the rows 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we are checking the is there any edge between the two vertices or not. Okay, 0 to 0. Okay, 0 vertex to 0 vertex. Okay, we don't have any edge from the 0 vertex to 0 vertex. Okay, if we have the cycles like this, okay, then only we can write these values as the true. That is 0 to 0 or 1 to 1 or 2 to 2 or 3 to 3 or 4 to 4. Okay, those we'll write as the true whenever we have the cycle. Okay. So then 0 to 1. 0 to 1, is there any edge? There is no edge between the 0 to 1. Next 0 to 2. Okay, here this diagram is slightly wrong. Okay, there is a edges like this 0 to 2. Okay, so we have a edge from the 0 to 2. So it's a true. 0 to 3 it's a false. 0 to 4 is the false because 0 has only edge to the 2. Okay, it doesn't has any edge to the 4 and 3. Okay, next from the 1. Okay, 1 has the edge from the 1 to 3 only. Okay, there is no other edge from the 1. Okay, only out edges. I will check only the out edges. Okay, then only we can call this is the adjacent to the second vertex. That is 1 is adjacent to the 3. Okay, so we have only edge from the 1. That is starting the edge from the first vertex to and ending the edge to the second vertex. Okay, 1 to 3. So there is only edge from the 1 to 3. Okay, so here we'll write the true. Remaining all are the false. Okay, we need not to check the remaining all. Okay, whenever you check the edges for the particular vertex, in that places we can write the true and remaining all as the zeros. Next, from the 2 vertex. From the 2 vertex, we have a incident edge or out degree edge is a only one, that is from 2 to 1. 2 to 1. So we have true value at this. And there is a one more edge from the 2. Okay, that is another edge is to 4. Okay, so 2 to 4 is also true. 2 to 4 is a true. Next, for the 3 vertex. 3 vertex has the adjacents are, okay, from the 2, that is 3 doesn't have any out degree. Okay, because there is only 2 edges which are reaching from 4 to 3 and 1 to 3, but there is no go out edge from the 3. So we'll write all are the false in the 3 vertex. Next, 4 vertex. Okay, from the 4th we have a 1 edge to the 3. So 4 to 3 we have the edge. So write the true at the 4 to 3. Remaining all are the false. Okay, so using this we can know that what are the edges we have in the graph and what are the adjacents of a particular graph. Okay, so 1 has the adjacent is 0 has adjacent is 2. Okay, and 1 edge has the adjacent is 3. 2 edge has 2 vertex has 2 adjacents 1 and 4. Okay, and 3 vertex has 1 no adjacents and 4 vertex has 1 adjacent is 3. Okay, so we can identify the adjacent vertices. Okay, so that we can draw the graph, we can assume the graph using this adjacency matrix. Okay, so the next representation, this is another example of representing the graph as a vertex. This is for the undirected graph. Okay, so we can write the ones and zeros for the edges wherever we have for the vertices. Okay, Next class we'll see the adjacency list.